So, my name is Maria Salgado-Cartagena, and I am here to sort of curate this little time for Mr. Fernandez. I will try really hard not to get emotional. As many of you know, Mr. Fernandez opened his shop in 1988. He came to Holyoke because his brother was already here, and he came to work at AMPAD, right? And when the company closed, he got a severance package, and he thought what was the best investment that he could make to continue to be able to provide for his family. And after going to many leaders in the community and speaking to them, he decided that he was going to open a restaurant. So how many years later, I don't know, but he actually owns the building where he rented his first black and white TV back in 1970s. So this family has come full circle. For me, as a Puerto Rican coming to Holyoke in the 70s, at a time where many of our companies were leaving, many of our people were unemployed, the Fernandez brought a beacon of hope to our community, right? It was a counter narrative of why Puerto Ricans came to Holyoke, right? And they were the example of the working class. And that's Holyoke in a nutshell. Holyoke has always been about the migration and the immigration of people and cultures and ethnicities coming to Holyoke to work, to be part of the working class. And I have always said that the Fernandez, for me, have always exemplified that, not only in their words and in their deeds and in their work, but they represented our community with such dignity and pride. And it was something that for some of us young people in the city really, really needed. And so today we are here to celebrate them. We are here to send them off with blessings. We don't know what the future will hold for the girls, but I know on Monday morning that when they wake up and they don't have to come to the restaurant to cook, that will be a shock. Because this is all they have known for so long. This transition is not going to be easy for them. And that is why today we wanted to come and uplift them. We wanted to come and celebrate them. I got to be at the restaurant today at since 12 o'clock. I can't tell you how many people were happy and eager to be in a line between 40 and an hour to make sure that they got their last bite of pernil and arroz con gandole. Right? In fact, one man bought 8 orders, and he's like, I'm going to freeze these because I don't know what I'm going to do without Fernandez. A lady who comes through the elderly program, I went to open the door for her, and she fell apart in my hands. She said, what am I supposed to do? This isn't just a restaurant. This is my home. And so this is what Fernandez has meant to this community. And so in a minute or two, she should have been here, and I made sure she got my text. And this is how we roll, just like this. Hey, are you all coming? Okay, yeah, you guys gotta come. I mean, I got 500 people here waiting for you all. All right, bye. So, we have some dignitary speakers, which we're super excited, but I also wanted folks from the community to talk a little bit about what the Fernandez has meant to them. And I know Melvin, where are you? That Melvin? Melvin Roman.
Oh, right next to me.
Melvin is going to talk a little bit about the Fernandez family, and especially their ties to the softball community.
Good day, everybody. Nice hot day, beautiful day. God has blessed us again. Okay. Fernandez, wow, unbelievable. What a man, what a gentleman, what a humble person who gave everything to this community. He loved the game of softball. He adored it. He played it. Him and his three brothers were one of the best players back in the early 70s, late 70s, early 80s. They played softball all their life down in the flats and cities everywhere. So Fernandez loved that. Once he did his restaurant, his first restaurant was, and I don't know if a lot of people don't know this, his first restaurant he did was on Suffolk Street. Okay? And I was a police officer at that time working midnight to 8. And he calls me up and he said, hey, Nene, you want something to eat? Now, this is like 1 o'clock in the morning. I go, "Pa, what do you mean?" I said, well, I got this restaurant over here. Come over with the guys. So from that day forward, he took care of the police officers at midnight to 8, gave them breakfast. And not only him, his two other brothers, Candido, they were amazing to the police department. They were amazing to the softball community. Fernandez sponsored, his favorite team was Los Taínos because he kept his culture of Puerto Rico. That's one of the shirts that I wear. This was one of his last teams that he sponsored. I've been playing in his team since I was probably 20 years old. And he sponsored many teams, little league teams, travel teams. He was so infatuated. We would travel to New York City to go play under the Fernandez name. It was so amazing how he loved the game, and he would give anything to the young people that play the softball. He would sponsor their team, and he would say, don't worry about it, I'll take care of it, don't worry about it, I got you. That was him. He just loved doing that. That was him. You know, he has these rules. You know, he didn't pay attention to what people said. Oh, you're never gonna make this restaurant good, you're not. He didn't care about that. You know, he just stayed humble. That's what he wanted. He wanted to progress for his and his family, you know, and especially the community, because he loved Holyoke. I mean, this guy was Holyoke. Fernandez, Rafael Fernandez, whatever you name him, he is Holyoke. He is Holyoke. Because without him, I don't know, you know, Penila, Hobla, you know, I don't know, maybe a lot of people would have had that, but he was amazing. Amazing person, you know, lovable. He give you his left arm, his right arm, his left leg. He won't give you his children because, you know, he had 3 beautiful daughters okay? And he was not gonna give those away, okay? But he give his body parts away. He would do that for anybody. Did a lot of work in this community. He was in the Catholic church in the flats, which he did a lot of good work. Always kept a softball team, even in a church team. He kept softball in there for us. He was just such an amazing person. My connection with him and my father were very, very good friends. The connection got so big that my granddaughter is his niece. My son ended up having a child with one of the Fernandez family, and that made us even more closer. It was amazing. He's an amazing guy, and I can't express anything else. There's no other word to express this man. Have a good day.
All right, we're gonna ask Miss Pat Duffy, who is our state rep, to say a few words and read some nice document. I don't know what they're called. Proclamation.
Hello, Holyoke. Hello. This is bittersweet, right? It really is. But there's nowhere else I would rather be right now than with all of you celebrating this incredible restaurant and this incredible institution. So what I can add to all the community stories is I've been working in Boston on Beacon Hill for 8 years, most of the time as a staffer, and now I'm your state rep. And let me tell you, when we bring, legislative committees or the fancy chairs of committees or members of leadership or people from the governor's office, we would always set up lunch at Fernandez. Like, that's how you impressed people, and everybody talked about it. People on Beacon Hill know Fernandez Family Restaurant because so many of them have had incredible meals there. So I have here, this is my fancy document. It's citation proclamation from the House of Representatives in Boston. Be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to Fernandez Family Restaurant in recognition of the fact your 34 years of food service to the City of Holyoke, you exemplify the true meaning of building community. Thank you for everything. And it's signed by the Speaker of the House and me. So, thank you. All yours.
Thank you.
All
Thank
yours.
you.
Thank you.
Okay. Actually, when she said something, it reminded me. So we were getting ready to close the doors. So yo voy a hablar en español. ¿Sí? Ok. Boricua que soy. So, esta tarde cuando íbamos a cerrar las puertas, viene un señor y se parqueó, se estacionó enfrente de las puertas de Fernández. Y dice, espérate, no cierre la puerta. Y yo dije, no, es que lo mejor no vamos a tener más comida, tenemos que cerrar. Y me dice, mira, si yo vengo de Vermont, por favor, 2 horas, yo vengo de Vermont, déjame comprar arroz con gandules y pernil. What do you say to that, right? So as we were there today, some gentleman came and we were ready to close the doors. And he's like, wait, hold on, don't close the doors. And I'm like, we're ready to close. He's like, I came all the way from Vermont. I came because I need to get some rice and beans and pernil. Right? It's funny, pernil's a pretty typical word now, right? Like everybody says pernil, right? Irish, French, Puerto Ricans, right? It's a multi-language. Everybody understands it. So we're waiting for Mr. Fernandez. He's on his way. I'm conflicted because I want him to hear how people appreciate him, right? So, but I also want to honor the fact that you all are here and that, it is a very hot day. But Doris, I want to call you, but I feel like he needs to hear your talk. Like he needs to hear from you. Okay. But so let's wait a minute. How about Todd? So we have the president of the city council, which by the way, I took the opportunity to ask him what would it take to make North Summer Street Fernandez Way. Right? Why not? And me being the person I am, I was like, well, let's just take advantage of this moment. And he said that he will try to do what he can to do that. But I have you all as witnesses, because if not, we'll just have to do a petition.
High Street.
Okay.
Where his restaurants were.
All right, so Mr. McGee, I think I set you up. I'm sorry, I apologize.
I'm good. Thank you very much. He's coming? Oh, we'll wait because you got to hear that. All right, we'll wait. He's on the way.
So here's our guest of as an amazing woman. Alright, so Todd McGee was just about to give you a proclamation, Mr. Fernandez. El presidente de los consejeros te va a hacer una proclamación, pero yo quiero que usted sepa algo. Esta comunidad quiere que una de las calles en Holyoke esté al nombre de ustedes. So, Mr. Fernandez has his own request. The way where his restaurant is, that's what he wants. So, Todd McGee is going to say a proclamation in a few words.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. I love being put on the spot. That's just how you work as the president. As I'm saying that, I'm not trying to be rude, but your request is done. So, I love technology. I used to have to write it out, and no one can actually read my handwriting, so that led to other problems. But you know, when you can text it, you're all done. So with that, the order has been filed. What does that mean for the Fernandez family? Well, what we'll do is we'll take it up on August 2nd at the full city council meeting. And I don't want to be rude to my colleagues, but I do have Councilor Anderson Burgos here. Where did she run to? Where's Gladys LeBar Martinez? Councilor LeBar Martinez, there she is. As I always said, once a councilor, always a councilor. You served here. Thank you for your service. Did I miss anyone? Because I usually get yelled at later. All right. But thank you for having me here on this nice fall day. Oh my God, are you kidding me? It's going to be 100 on Sunday. Figure that one out. However, why do I bring it up? Listen to the start of the program. Mr. Fernandez, job ends, he gets his check. What does he do? He can go get another job somewhere. No, what does he do? He takes a chance. He takes a chance where? In Chicopee? No. South Hadley? No. Westfield? No. Springfield? Well, don't pick on Springfield. No, I know the mayor. He's all right. No. But where does he do it? He does it right here. Where he loves to be.
That's right.
Holyoke. Does it right here in Holyoke. Now, he doesn't just open up any type of store. He opens up a restaurant. That takes a lot of work, a lot of time, and a lot of effort. And look at his family around him. They get involved. It is a true family restaurant. And why do I say that? 34 years of service to the city of Holyoke. Now, someone did say, I don't want to be emotional. I don't want to be. You can be emotional. This family gave you 34 years of dedicated service, not only in the restaurant, but in the community as a whole. You heard about the softball, the baseball, the Little League, everything. There would be stories throughout time. So we're here to honor this family and thank them for their dedication to the city of Holyoke, because you could have chose somewhere else and you didn't. You chose to be right here. So that's why it was an honor and a privilege to file that order for you. That will be taken up on August 2nd. I don't speak for all my counselors, but I don't see a problem with that. And then it'll be up to the family as to what time we can make that dedication happen for you. So August 2nd, we'll take it up, and then from there, we'll hand it over to you as to how you want to proceed. Also, we got to order the sign, so that takes time. But we'll get it done for you because you gave, on the motion. We don't have a quorum yet. Second! But in all honesty, as the president of the council, representing my fellow colleagues, and I thank them for always allowing me to do that for them, I'm here to provide a proclamation, and I do have to always recognize this person. You might know her, former councilor Patty Devine. Patty Devine, always dedicated to the city of Holyoke. If you look at this, this is her handwriting. She is a professional at it. Of which, if I did this, you'd throw it at me. Just saying. So, thank you, Patty Devine, for always doing this for us. But on behalf of the full City Council, be it resolved that the City Council extends its congratulations to the Fernandez Family Restaurant in recognition of 34 years of dedicated service as a Holyoke restaurant, serving delicious meals to the people of ages and nationalities and from all cultures. Of which, signed by myself, the City Council President, the City Clerk, Maria McGee, on this July 22nd, 2022. Thank you, Fernandez family, for everything that you did for us. And I know it's not the end. There's always some way, somehow, there'll be some way you come back. But for now, enjoy your time. You deserve it. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so our next speaker, impromptu, but she has no idea. But when I was a young girl growing up in South Holyoke, she was one of very few Puerto Rican women that I was able to see as a role model. She was a professional, she was a social worker, and I just remember saying, I want to be like her. She's badass. Whoa. And I want to be like her. And she has her own Fernandez story. So I want to invite Doris to please come and speak about your relationship to the Fernandez.
Hi, I'm Doris Pacheco Mundo. Buenas tardes. My relationship with Ada and Rafael goes way back when they first started giving back to the community. I was a supervisor at the Department of Social Services at a time in the early 80s when Puerto Rican children primarily were being removed and placed in Caucasian homes, suffering even more neglect and emotional abuse than some of the situations that we had taken them from. And no one wanted to take a chance on a Latino family for a foster parent until the Fernandezes stepped up. We recruited them to be foster parents, and people were just waiting. They were walking on eggshells inside of the department to see what was going to happen with this family, because this was going to be a make or break situation for our community, for our children, for the parents where the children had been removed from and everything. And they were stellar foster parents. They provided stable homes. They worked with parents when children were going to be reunified. They embodied what a foster parent should be about. And so we had a lot of success with them. Once the Department of Social Services saw Si Se Puede with the Fernandezes, we started recruiting more foster parents, more Puerto Rican, more Latino foster parents, and they participated in the training and in everything else that went into being a foster parent. So that's my brief story with them, because you know them as sort of culinary giants here in Holyoke, but their giving back to the community was really that food for the soul that the children and the families of the community needed. So I just want to say thank you, Ada and Rafael. I'm just going to break down if I look at you anymore. Thank you again.
The first, wait, hold up. Okay, I'm the OG. I've been around for a long time. I'm okay with that. I wear it loud and proud. Okay? See, look at the gray hair. When I worked at Nueva Esperanza, Doris, Gladys, Betty, Carlos Vega, Maddie, my little sister forever. When we worked at Nueva, there was a program that we worked with UMass. My sister Denise, Hector, Miguelina. Yo, that was the Nueva Esperanza old crew. We made it happen. It's not today's Nueva. It was the Nueva from the past. Melvin, you too. But when we were at Nueva, we had a project with UMass. And at that time, we had been looking at the demographics in terms of the numbers, how many kids were going to the schools. And we knew that in 2020 something, I can't remember the something, we knew that we had enough numbers of our people and young people that we could elect a Puerto Rican mayor. So Josh becoming the mayor wasn't just something that happened. We called that out. We put it in the universe. We looked at the numbers. We were smart. We knew what we could make happen. So today it is my honor to introduce the first Puerto Rican mayor in the city of Holyoke, Josh García. I was just gonna say, I remember Josh when he was a kid at El Arcoiris. The other day I was like, Josh, I remember you when you were a little mocoso, okay? Come on. Yes, Josh!
What's going on, Holyoke? This is a very bittersweet day, Rafael. For 34 years, 1988, just to put it in perspective, I was only 2 years old in 1988. And just like you heard from Council President McGee, you chose to invest here in your home and in the city of Holyoke. And not only did you choose to invest in our downtown in Holyoke, you chose to stay living on Northeast Street in the flats right across the street from North Summer Street, from Teffer to this day. And I think that it's all appropriate to definitely make sure that that street's named after you or have it turned into Fernandez Way. It's such a real honor and privilege to stand up here and wish you all farewell. I really wish that we didn't have to be here, that the Fernandez Family Restaurant would continue. But we understand. And the Fernandez Restaurant, not only unique to the Puerto Rican community, although yes, it is the Puerto Rican cultural food, but every culture you were able to introduce Spanish food to a lot of different people that visited our city. You heard from our state rep that everyone on Beacon Hill knows Fernandez Family Restaurant, and a lot of people have tried Spanish food for the first time in your restaurant. Listen, you had the whole St. Patrick's committee, the whole Irish committee going into that restaurant during and all sorts of the day and throughout the year. And not only did you also heard the comment that we're not only losing a restaurant, we're losing the home. You've helped so many people in our community. You've donated to a lot of different organizations. You've catered to a lot of different events and initiatives. You've even catered. Hey, look, my wife and I, during holidays, when we were in a pinch and we didn't have anything to cook up, we had your food there for Mother's Day and Easter, thank you, yep. Christmas Eve and whatnot, we ordered from Fernandez. And so yes, everybody here around here, Mr. Fernandez, if you can just look around, like, this is the impact. This isn't just a restaurant closing. Like, it really feels like we're losing a piece of our community. But I know that we're not. I know that you guys are going to stay around and contribute in other ways.
Absolutely.
I do have a proclamation here from my office that you can frame and hang up in your living rooms, hopefully. And it reads here, City of Holyoke Proclamation. Whereas the Fernandez Family Restaurant at 161 High Street in Holyoke has been a community landmark and treasure since 1988. And whereas the Fernandez Family Restaurant has nourished and delighted Hoyokers and visitors for 34 years. And whereas the Fernandez Pastelón and Meatloaf have well-deserved reputation as the ultimate comfort foods, and whereas their pernil with yuca and beans are famous throughout Western Massachusetts and all throughout the Commonwealth, and whereas the Fernandez Family Restaurant has been steadfast sponsor of the Holyoke Knights, all sorts of nonprofit organizations, baseball and softball teams, and domino clubs, just to name a few, and whereas the cooks and servers at the Fernandez are much loved, now therefore be it resolved that the Holyoke community will dearly miss the Fernandez Family Restaurant and wishes good health, long life, and much joy to the Fernandez family, Rafael, Ada, and Ada, Jackie, and Evelise, and their loyal staff, and witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the official seal of the City of Holyoke to be affixed. I also, the organizers of the committee that's planning Fiesta Patronales want me to let you know that this coming Fiesta Patronales from August 4 to August 7, that they're gonna honor and dedicate you during those events. And we hope that you and your family will be there to receive it. One of the organizers just yelled out there.
Yes, Calvin.
Muchas gracias a usted y a tu familia.
Gracias. Dios te bendiga.
Gracias por todo.
Thank you so much.
And Josh, we want you to come here because Ada has a little something for you, but for the City of Holyoke.
So, from the Fernandez family, we want to give you guys a little memorabilia of one of the many T-shirts. Melvin, I got yours. Don't worry. We're gonna be doing it so you can put this in City Hall. It's one of the first T-shirts that Fernandez did for the many softball teams that they sponsored. This was one of the first ones, so you could put it in City Hall. This is Fernandez Family Restaurant. I believe this was one of the first teams. So we have that great memorabilia, so you guys can put them down in the City Hall. The Fernandez shirt, and we also have our photo.
We'll hang this up right in the office.
Awesome, thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna end, but where are the cooks for Fernandez? Right here, aquí. Vengan acá. La cocinera de Fernandez. Yes. This is it. Okay, as you all know, Mr. Fernandez, wait, I won't be able to sleep unless I tell you this story. Mr. Fernandez, usted no sabe esto, pero un día yo estaba estacionado al lado del restaurante y yo lo vi a usted mandar a buscar una pizza para unos nenitos que estaban corriendo. Y tú le dijiste, usted no sabía que yo estaba escuchando. Usted le dijo, lo que ustedes quieren hacer en su vida, ustedes pueden. No se tienen que portar mal. Y esas palabras siempre yo las llevo conmigo. Ese era Mr. Fernandez. I noticed Mr. Fernandez once. I was parked the car, and he has no idea that I was in the car. But I saw him take two young kids that kind of, young kids. They were trying to get in trouble a little bit, doing some, things they shouldn't be doing. And he gently grabbed them, ordered them a pizza, and then said to them, you don't have to behave like that. You can be whatever you want. That story I will take with me for the rest of my life. You can be whatever you want. To all the little kids here, you can be whatever you want. Okay? That's the example that the Fernandez gave you. We also know that Mr. Fernandez is a devout Catholic. And this ceremony wouldn't be complete without sending him off with a prayer. So with that, we have Deacon, I know you as Kike, I'm sorry, Kike. Jose Correa. Melvin, he already talked. You guys were here.
Well, I know we're very happy. Estamos todos bien contentos por lo que está sucediendo aquí hoy. Yo sé que muchos de ustedes conocen a Fernández en diferentes maneras. Yo lo conozco como mi compadre. Fernández y Ada son un pilar en esta ciudad. Yo quiero reconocer mucho el trabajo de mi comadre, de Ada Fernández. Por el trabajo tan incansable que ella ha hecho por tantos años. No simplemente de trabajar en el restaurante, pero de cuidar a este hombre. De cuidar a esta familia. Los Fernández han sido una bendición para este pueblo. They've been a blessing to this town, to this city. The Fernandez family always been a blessing. I know them. We're not talking about 34 years. We're talking about way back. He was a softball player. You know that? Well, as a lot of people say, not a good one, but anyway, he was. All right? But the greatest time that I have had in my younger years in this city is actually spending time with Rafael as actors from the Moribibi Theater Company. We're going way back. He was an actor, by the way, guys. This guy was an actor. Yes, he was an actor. He acted in a lot of different plays throughout the city, UMass, Springfield, Hartford. We did our thing when we were younger. And that's the time that we come from. And I have always been a family man, have always loved this city, have always loved his community. This family has given you their heart throughout all these years. And I'm very proud to call them my family, to call them my compadres, to the point that even Ada, now we call my comadre. We have no relationship in terms of any other things, but she acquired that. Devout Catholics, people that remember that the mercy of God is by giving to others, and they have given to others in this city. Let's all remember, and kids, there's a lot of loyalty here, there's a lot of work, there's a lot of hard work. Grandpa and grandma, they work hard for what you guys can see now and what the city can see. And we thank the Lord for all the blessing that had put upon this family, that in turn this family have put upon this city and this community. Not only the Latino community, but all of it. Yes. All of it. And with that, we need to praise God for it. Amen. Thank you, Lord, for the Fernandez family. Thank you, Lord, for this day. I ask you, Lord, to give your blessing to them, to their kids, to their grandkids, and to every single person who lovingly have come here today to be with them. Dios los bendiga.
So this concludes our program, but here's what I want folks to do. I want people to line up on the sidewalks, side by side. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna clap them out of here. We're gonna clap them and celebrate them. We want people in South Hadley to hear you clapping, oh my God, clapping, all right? So let's line up on the edges of this place and let's send them off with a clap.
Don Rafael, ¿cuáles son sus pensamientos en este momento cuando la gente de Holyoke se ha reunido para celebrarle?
Me siento muy contento. Mi gente nunca me ha fallado. Nunca. Yo espero que yo tampoco los haya fallado a ellos. Pero siempre han estado conmigo en mi negocio. Siempre.
Muchas gracias por tantos años de servicio y por su dedicación y entrega a la ciudad de Holyoke. Le agradecemos mucho, don Rafael.
Ha sido un placer. Le doy gracias a Dios que me dio todos esos años para yo poder criar mi familia y atender mi negocio y eso.
Muchas gracias, don Rafael.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. ¡Qué bonita bandera!